Hello everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to lesson 27 practice. And this lesson is a little bit more challenging than what we've been doing in the past. So I highly encourage you to listen to the whole thing. I may even give away a few answers in this practice, so please stay tuned. Okay, lesson 27 practice, let's get started. Okay, so this is kind of starting out on the easier side, okay? I'm given 2/10. 2/10 is equivalent or equal to how many fifths? That's something I need to figure out. It's giving me one piece of the puzzle and I have to figure out the missing pieces, okay? So up here I have 2/10. I'm going to shade that in just so I can see how many fifths are equivalent. Okay, now if I look directly underneath, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I can see that just this one square takes up the same amount of space as 2/10. And if I look at these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are fifths. So I'm going to say just 1/5 is equivalent to 2/10. So I'm going to put the number 1 here, okay? 2/10 is equal to 2/5. Now, one thing I do want to show you here, and this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. Let's say I wasn't given these models. I'm not given these pictures. And I'm just given these fractions here. How could I figure out how many fifths are equivalent to 2/10? Well, we have to do a little bit of math here. 10, how does 10 get to 5 at the bottom? If I look at this number here and this number down here, what do I have to do to 10 to get to 5? I have to divide it by 2. Okay, so 10 divided by 2 gives me 5. Since I did this on the bottom, I'm doing the same thing on the top to give me my answer. Okay, 2 divided by 2, 2 fits into 2 one time. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. So if I take all the blue away, I know that 2/10 is equivalent to 1/5, and that makes sense here in our picture. Okay, let's keep going to the next one. Okay, now I'm given 1/3 is it equal to or equivalent to how many ninths? How many? So I'm going to shade in 1/3. And I'm trying to figure out how many ninths fill out the same amount of space. So I'm looking here until that third stops in the top. Okay, so I can see that 1, 2, 3 ninths is equivalent to 1/3. Now, if I want to do the math for that, which you will be asked to do in the practice, I got to figure out the math for this if I was just given these two fractions. So if I look at these two bottom numbers here, okay, 3, how does 3 get to 9? How do I get from 3 to 9? Well, I have to multiply by 3. 3 times 3 gives me 9. So since I did that down here, I'm going to do the same thing up here to fill in that missing puzzle piece. 1 times 3 is 3, okay? So I now know that 1/3 is equivalent to 3 ninths, which looks the same as our picture. I'm going to change my color. Okay, moving on to this one. How many, so now I'm given a bigger amount. 4/6 is equal to or equivalent to how many thirds? Well, first I have to shade in those 6. I need to shade in 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/6. And I have to look at the bottom. How many thirds fill up the same amount of space? Okay, well I can see that 1 and 2 fill up the same amount of space as those 4/6. So I'm going to say 2/3. And if I went down here and did the math, I have to look at what numbers I'm given. Either I'm given both numbers on the top or both numbers on the bottom. I'm given both numbers on the bottom, so that's what I'm going to figure out first. How do I get from 6 to 3? 6 to 3. I have to divide by 2. Since I did divided by 2 on the bottom, I have to bring that up to the top. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I know that 4/6 is equivalent to 2/3, which is what we figured out in our picture. Okay, last one of these before it gets a little bit more challenging. Okay, 1/2 is equivalent or equal to how many 8ths? Okay, so I'm going to shade in what 1/2 would look like. And then how many 8ths take up the same amount of space as that 1/2? I can see it kind of stops right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4/8 is the same, equal or equivalent to 1/2. Now, if I came down here, I'm going to zoom in a bit, and did the math, I'm given the numbers 2 and 8. So I know I can work down here first. Sometimes I'll be given something on the top first, and I have to figure out the bottom number. But you do the same thing. 2 times what gives me 8? 2 times 4 gives me 8. So I'm going to bring that right up to the top and do the same exact thing, but with 1. 1 times 4 is 4. So 1/2 is equivalent to 4/8. Okay. Now I don't have those pictures anymore to rely on. Sorry, with the color switching. So I have to think about 2/3 is equal to how many 12s? I don't have a picture to shade in, so how do I figure this out? What did we do before? What numbers am I given? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm given both bottom numbers here, okay? So I can use these to fill in that missing puzzle piece. 3 gets to 12 how? How many 3s fit into 12? Well, I can do 3 times 4 gives me 12. Then I'm going to move that same bit up here. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same math. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. 2/3 is equivalent to 8/12. Look, we did that math all without filling in any picture. This is the last bit here. And as you notice, I'm missing the bottom piece for 2 of these this time. So I have to think about the same thing. I'm doing the same exact pattern. Right now, though, I'm given 1 and 3 on the top, but I do the same thing. How do I get from 1 to 3? 1 times 3 gives me 3. Okay, I'm going to bring that down to the bottom this time, but it's the same kind of thing. Okay, now I'm doing 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so 1/2 is equivalent to 3/6. Coming over here to this one, I'm given this top numbers again, 2 and 4. 2 times what gives me 4? 2 times 2 gives me 4. Bringing that down. Okay, trying to figure out this bottom number now. 6 times 2 is 12. So 2/6 is equivalent or equal to 4/12. Okay, last one here, but now I'm given the bottom numbers. 4 times what gives me 8? 4 times 2 gives me 8. I bring that 2 up here, times 2. Okay, and now I'm doing 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. So 6/8 is equivalent or equal to 3/4. Okay, everybody, I hope this helped. I know it's a little bit challenging, but please feel free to grab a piece of paper and a pencil to work through the problems on the practice set. Okay, everybody, have a great day. Bye.